Ready to go? Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Wow, what a great sight. This is absolutely wonderful here. Here we are in the Angel Plaza on the wing of Fitts-Woolard Hall. We're here. We're here. What a tremendous journey to get here. What a great moment to have all of you here to dedicate this building. I'm honored and privileged to welcome all of you to the dedication ceremony of Fitts-Woolard Hall. This is a true moment of celebration, and my thanks to each and every one of you who are here joining us today in person, and to those of you who are also watching online. We're delighted to have you here. Whether you are alumni, students, faculty, staff, friends of our college, it's your support that has brought us here to this special moment. Much more than bricks and mortar, Fitts-Woolard Hall represents a key milestone in the quest of our college to be recognized as one of the premier colleges of engineering in the country and the world. And we strongly believe that achieving this goal is critical to the continued economic progress of our state and North Carolina. So we're dedicating Fitts-Woolard Hall today thanks to the citizens of North Carolina who passed the Connect NC bond package in 2016. Thanks to our legislative leaders who made sure that the funding for this effort was on the project list. Thanks to so many on our college and university development teams, past and present, who've worked with donors to gather all the support that's helped fund the design and construction of this building. Our thanks to well over 50 NC State engineering alumni at the university and with our construction and design partners who had the emotional connection to this building that gave me the confidence that we knew we were going to have a phenomenal building here. I don't know if you call that sweat equity or not, but it was very strong emotional effort here. And, see if I can flip this right here. Here we go. And finally, very special thanks to the many of you who are here, our engineering alumni donors who gave so generously and has gotten us very, very close to our goal of raising the private funding we need to support this effort. Some of you may have had tours earlier. I hope you have tours later today. If you haven't, please go to the donor wall, and many of you will find your names there as just a token of appreciation for everything that you've done in helping make this a reality. With your continued support, I know that we can do even more. The goal of our college, and it's well within the goals of NC State, was to be perceived as the leading public college of engineering in the country, certainly one of the preeminent colleges of engineering in the world. That's not just for bragging rights. That's because of the impact it has in the education of the students that come into our programs in engineering and computer science, the impact that they have made for many years and will continue to make in the growth and development of this outstanding state. And you can see this in how this has helped attract so many companies and organizations here who, together with the legislative actions that have provided those incentives, have created a very, very special environment. When you combine excellent facilities and infrastructure with a great faculty and some of the brightest, most talented graduate and undergraduate students anywhere, at commencement, I generally say, we're proud to graduate the most outstanding class of engineering and computer science graduates in the country. And I repeat that at every commencement because I feel it's true. It's partly and to a large degree because of everything that's happened here to support these programs. Having the whole college located on Centennial campus facilitates interdisciplinary collaboration with our colleagues here at NC State and literally with companies and organizations around the Triangle and around the world. So it's this kind of environment that leads to extraordinary work that's solving and will continue to solve many of the grand societal challenges that we all deal with in sustainability, in healthcare, in energy, and in security, all the things that are in front of us and facing us for years to come. Almost 400 engineering alumni have supported this fundraising effort at Fitts-Woolard Hall. And this was part of a public-private partnership where the thought process of that goes back many, many years. I remember back in 2008 when, in fact, the initial conversation started around that mechanism. And it was motivated by these conversations on our Engineering Foundation board that eventually led to the generous naming gift, the $25 million gaming gift made by our ISC alumni, Ed Fitz and Ed Woolard, which then catalyzed the great number of donors who are part of what we call the Cornerstone Society and the Dean's Oval Club. Ed and Ed Fitz is with us today, and Ed Woolard, I hope you're seeing us on the video screening. We can't say enough about not only your generosity, but your vision and your foresight and how that catapulted us forward. We're gonna have a lot to celebrate today, but I want a round of applause right now. Both of you understood what this building would mean for our faculty, our students, our college, but you also understood what it would take to make it the reality it is today. The bottom line is this has been a long and challenging effort. When asked to support higher education in North Carolina through a bond referendum, our citizens responded. When asked to donate toward facilities, a new concept for public higher ed in this state, our alumni responded. When asked to complete planning and construction work on a new building during a global pandemic, our alumni responded. And when asked to catalyze our fundraising efforts with a major lead gift, Ed Fitz and Ed Woolard responded. All of you here, I could name so many of you that I see, that I thank for all your support over all these years. All of you have my sincere thanks and the thanks of our entire College of Engineering community, of our university, for your outstanding commitment, dedication, and generosity that has brought us to this very, very special day and moment. Now, joining me in this dedication and celebration are a very special set of speakers, each of whom will share with you their unique perspective on what this building means to them and how we have gotten to this moment. That includes our Chancellor, Randy Woodson, North Carolina Senate President Pro Tem Phil Berger, two of our outstanding students, and finally, we will have words from our alumni, Ed Fitz. As I mentioned previously, the history-making lead gift that Ed and his fellow engineering alumni, Ed Woolard, made provided the catalyst to move this project forward, and again, the reason for the namesake of the building, Fitts-Woolard Hall. So now it's my honor to present to you our Chancellor, Dr. Randy Woodson. Chancellor Woodson is the 14th Chancellor of NC State and an internationally renowned plant scientist. You can applaud Chancellor Woodson anytime. Chancellor Woodson has led NC State through a period of unprecedented change and growth. And it's almost an understatement to say that he significantly enhanced its reputation as a preeminent research institution, an outstanding leader, but somebody who also arrived at this campus understanding the paradigm change that it would need to make something like this a reality. Thank you so much for understanding that and for your support and commitment and making this a national example for student success. His many efforts with our legislature and our alumni in support of Fitts-Woolard Hall have been instrumental to get us to this moment. So again, our sincere gratitude, and please join me in welcoming Chancellor Woodson to the podium.
Thank you, Louis. Our newest member of the National Academy of Engineering, Louis Martin-Vega. Good afternoon, everyone, and let me add a hearty welcome and a heartfelt thanks to all of you for all that you've done to make this day a reality. This is a very important day for NC State and for our College of Engineering, and it's one that, as Louis said, has been many, many years in the making. Fitts-Woolard Hall is an amazing facility that we all can be very proud of. I walk through this building and I see students gazing at what we call engineering on display, and they're so excited to be associated with this great university. And they're so proud to be back at this great university. Across the country, colleges and universities are recognizing the compounding value of engineering and computer science education and are making large investments to grow their enrollment and their research infrastructure. They're not just doing that because of the demand, they're doing it because the workforce needs it. And that includes investments in facilities. When it comes to these facilities, this building is the very best. But we had to build it to last a long time and to be the very best years into the future. Fitts-Woolard Hall represents an important milestone in the development of this great campus, Centennial campus, and in the history of this great College of Engineering. Early on, there was a vision that all of the college, all of engineering, would come to Centennial campus. That started with Larry Monteith. It's continued with Louis Martin-Vega. And this facility represents a major step toward that vision. You know, Louis as a dean, it's like the captain on the ship. He said, I am not leaving main campus until all the engineers are on Centennial campus. Well, he's on Centennial campus now. And we haven't quite got the nuclear guys and gals over here to join him yet, but I'm not moving that reactor, Louis. I'm not moving the reactor. But as I said, this vision really started with Larry Monteith and has been incubated and studied and acted on by the General Assembly of North Carolina. The dedication of Fitts-Woolard Hall means that we now officially have moved the dean's office. He's got a conference room better than the chancellor's, which I'm a little upset about, but I'm working to get over that. But since the goal was eventually to have the whole college here, we've got to keep working on this, and I know that. Louis reminds me every day, this is not the last engineering building. So he'll keep saying that. We all know that engineering is critical to who we are as a university. It's why we were founded, along with agriculture and a wide range of disciplines. And from research funding to graduate education, NC State is strong when our College of Engineering is strong. The opening of Fitts-Woolard Hall and having more of the college on Centennial campus makes us even stronger. And in the past 10 years, engineering undergraduate enrollment has grown by 20%. And we have plans to continue to grow that because the workforce of the state demands that growth. And it's got to be done with excellence in mind, as we do everything at NC State. And at the same time, the college has made significant strides in rankings, research expenditures, and diversity, bringing more women and underrepresented students into engineering than ever before. This is one of the largest colleges of engineering in America, and that's appropriate because this is one of the largest states in America and one of the fastest growing states in America. It's undoubtedly one of the preeminent colleges of engineering as well, and Louis preaches about engineering across this campus and across this country every day. You know, the significant impact that this college has on North Carolina's economy cannot be understated. You've seen all the growth in economic opportunities across the state with companies like Apple and Google and Fujifilm Dynacenth, all of these companies that are coming to North Carolina because the leadership of the state, including the General Assembly, have made this the preeminent destination for economic development. But having said that, they wouldn't be coming to the state if we weren't producing the talent that they need to grow their companies. North Carolina is a national leader in the area of biopharmaceutical manufacturing, attracting top brands in that field as well. And this growth is happening in large part because of the availability of outstanding engineers and computer scientists educated and trained by this great university. Ongoing investment in our College of Engineering and University will be an important part of continuing to push that growth forward in the years to come. And Fitts-Woolard Hall is unique in a number of ways. Leaders in our capital project management group, led by NC State civil engineering graduate Doug Morton, working with our design partner Clark Nixon, and construction manager at RIS Skanska, used engineering on display as a guiding principle for the design of this building. From advanced manufacturing to health systems engineering to environmental engineering and transportation systems, our faculty members and students are doing amazing interdisciplinary work. It's not by accident that all of these buildings have been designed for collaboration. The whole reason for the new designs of our building is to get people interacting across disciplines so we can solve these grand problems. And I hope that if you haven't already, you will take part in the building tours that have been set up today after today's ceremony. Fitts-Woolard Hall represents a public-private partnership. When industrial engineering alumni Ed Fitz and Ed Woolard made an extraordinary lead gift of $25 million, it set the bar for so many others here in the audience to join them in their quest to support NC State and to support the legislature's goal of doing as much as they could with the limited resources we have in the state. And I wish Ed and Peggy were here with us today, Ed Woolard that is. Ed and Debbie Fitz are with us today. We know they're celebrating, and we hope they're watching online. We call them the two Eds. It's simpler that way. But these two gentlemen and their families have done more to support NC State than almost any other two individuals, and we're very, very grateful. We would not be here today without their generosity, their vision, their leadership, and without the leadership of the state legislature. And in the support of voters across North Carolina, as it was said by the dean, passed an overwhelming majority to support the Connect NC bond package. And I'd also like to recognize Dean Louis Martin-Vega for guiding this effort from the beginning. He was very quick to inform the new chancellor almost 12 years ago of the importance of the move to Centennial campus. Louis and his fundraising team pledged to raise $60 million for the building, and they have commitments of over $50 million toward that goal. That's a remarkable achievement, and I would like to thank them and their leadership team, their development team, for taking on the challenge. We wouldn't be here today if we weren't able to do that. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce the leader of the State General Assembly, President Pro Tem of North Carolina, Phil Berger. And I've got more to say, Senator Burr. My mother always said, don't say anything if you don't have anything good to say, and I got plenty of good to say. Senator Berger represents Caswell, Rockingham, Stokes, and Surrey counties in District 30. He's serving in his 11th term in the Senate and has been President Pro Tem since 2010. Senator Berger is a graduate of Wake Forest. We've got a little issue coming up in football, but we don't have a law school, so I'm okay with it. So he's a lawyer from Wake Forest and a great leader in North Carolina. And he's been supportive of all of our efforts throughout my time at NC State. And I tell people this all the time, Senator Berger, we're so blessed to be in North Carolina, where the people of this state have committed to higher education, where the proportion of our funding that comes from the state is much greater than most states in our nation. And all these students sitting around here, while they may not believe it, their education is much more affordable than most state universities across the country because of the critical investments the legislature have made in public higher education. So ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Senator Burr.
Thank you, Chancellor Woodson. You know, I have the honor, really, to stand here on behalf of the people of the state of North Carolina and the members of the General Assembly. I'm not sure how many other members of the General Assembly are here, but I know Representative Dean Arp, who's one of the appropriations chairs in the House, is here. If you would, I'd just like to have a round of applause for the members of the General Assembly for their foresight and their willingness. This really is a great day for NC State, but it's a great day for the state of North Carolina. And I think the people of the state of North Carolina realize that, understand that, and appreciate that. I want to thank you for inviting me to be here this afternoon and for allowing me to speak. The Fitts-Woolard Hall is yet another achievement for a model that NC State is pursuing so well. That model marries the state of North Carolina's interest in offering a well-educated, competent workforce and private industry's interest in hiring talented young men and women. NC State's partnership with some of the world's best companies offers a career-ready pipeline to its students and offers a prepared and talented workforce to the private sector. Those two those two outputs are a core function of a university. And we're all very proud that NC State is carrying out its mission so well, and carrying it out so well under the leadership of Chancellor Woodson. Randy, I meet with you regularly, and you've always come to us with solutions to problems, and I greatly appreciate that. The progress that has been made in North Carolina over the past 12 years under Chancellor Woodson's leadership, and in the state over the past 10 years, is evident here and across the entire state of North Carolina. As we sit here talking about a job well done, I'd ask that you indulge me for a moment as I reflect on the broader mission of this hall, this great university, and the entirety of the UNC system. The mission is to pass on to the next generation the knowledge and wisdom that humanity has accumulated over millennia. How has humanity accumulated knowledge and wisdom? Through free and open inquiry, by applying Enlightenment-era principles of rigor, objectivity, and logic, by pursuing truth, objective, indisputable truth, wherever it leads, regardless of prevailing orthodoxies. In many corners today, objectivity and rigor are under attack. Rational thinking and quantitative emphasis are questioned. The university's mission is to pass on to the next generation that knowledge and wisdom that humanity has accumulated. And that mission must be defended here, in the halls of the legislature, and across this state. And that defense falls to all of us in this gathering today. I hope you will all continue to stand for the pillars that create a university's foundation: freedom to think, freedom to pursue knowledge wherever it may lead, and an embrace of rigor, objectivity, and truth. I know that that is the case here at NC State, has been all along. I trust it will be in the future. I'm proud and honored to have played a part in seeing this building completed, and I'm appreciative of the opportunity to be part of this dedication. I want to thank you for being here today. Thank you for allowing me to be part of this. And Chancellor Woodson, thank you for all that you do, and all your staff and the faculty here do. Thank you, and God bless.
Well, you printed some thick pages here, Louis. This is impressive. Let me make sure I've got it right. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Senator Berger. And I'm going to tell a quick story. When we were getting ready to get the bond package initiated, and we're having conversations about what could be done during the bond, we knew there was a limited amount of resources, and the needs at NC State were great. We had the desire and the goal to invest in our College of Ag and Life Sciences through a plant sciences initiative, and of course the goal to celebrate the investment we're talking about today. And we sat down with Senator Berger with a solution that day. And today we're celebrating that solution, and we'll celebrate another solution to that problem when we celebrate plant sciences later this year. So thank you again, Senator Berger. We're grateful for your leadership. Now I'm excited that you're going to get to hear from the people that really benefit from this infrastructure, and that's our students. We've got a current NC State engineering students that are going to come and talk to you from the two departments represented in this college. And first, you're going to meet Andrew Cook, who's a senior in the Department of Civil, Construction, and Environmental Engineering. Andrew will then be followed by Sarah Gerkin. Sarah is a graduate of the Fitz Department of Industrial and Systems Engineering and currently a master's student in the department's Integrated Manufacturing Systems Engineering program. So Andrew, I'll turn the program over to you.
Thank you, Chancellor Woodson, for the introduction. Good afternoon. My name is Andrew Cook, and I'm a senior here at NC State, majoring in civil engineering with a focus in structures. Did I always know I wanted to be an engineer? Definitely. And now that I'm less than 2 months away from graduating, I cannot wait to start my career. I began my college journey at UNC Wilmington and the 2+2 engineering program. While it was the path less traveled, NC State College of Engineering was the ultimate destination for me. And I've been nothing but delighted to be part of the pack since. While here, I've had the distinct pleasure and benefit of the CCEE department, and during the past year have tremendously benefited from the incredible amenities here in Fitts-Woolard Hall. Although the past 2 years have been difficult for all NC State students and faculty alike, I would like to focus on the positives and how I've benefited and grown from the opportunities presented to me through my professors and through this amazing facility. Professor Welton's steel design course was one of the first in-person classes taught in Fitts-Woolard Hall. And this was during the height of the pandemic at that. This building offered the opportunity to see firsthand structural design innovation, like the monumental stairs you'll see inside, and the unique exposed steel beam column connections. These features brought our classroom learning to life. Might I add, I spent countless hours as well using the new and improved student project space with the NCSU Steel Bridge team. Might I add, this was quite the upgrade from the basement of Man Hall. We were able to compete in the online modified AISC Steel Bridge competition and place second in the Carolinas region. I cannot be more proud of our team. I'm very excited to see how this space will offer future students the opportunity to grow, innovate, and advance their careers like it did for me. After graduation, I plan to enter the workforce as a structural designer while also taking classes towards a Master's of Civil Engineering through NC State's online engineering program. I would like to give a special thank you to Mr. Fitz, Mr. Woolard, and all the friends that were able to donate to create this amazing space. I already feel like a proud alumnus myself and cannot wait to give back in the future. So that being said, go Pack, and I'd like to give it off to Sarah.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so glad to be here with you all today. My name is Sarah Jerkin, and I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina. I graduated from the Edward P. Fitz Department of Industrial and Systems Engineering this past May, and I'm currently a master's student studying Integrated Manufacturing Systems Engineering, and that's a mouthful. I have had the amazing opportunity of working as an ISE ambassador as well as a research assistant and teaching assistant this semester. When I first came to NC State in 2017, I wanted to be a biomedical engineer, or so I thought. After a few introductory courses, mainly chemistry, I quickly realized BME was not for me. With the help of a couple of advisors, I made my way to ISE. Little did I know this department would do much more for me than just provide a degree. The ISE curriculum pushed us to explore the various concentrations within the major, while the faculty and staff were there to help us pursue our specific interests deeper in any way we could imagine. For me, that opportunity arose at the Center for Additive Manufacturing and Logistics, or CAML. I have been involved with CAML since my sophomore year of undergrad and plan on being there throughout my master's program. Without ISE and CAML, I never would have realized my passion within engineering is manufacturing systems. The love came from my classes such as ISE 216 and 316, as well as the hands-on experience with CNC machinery and additive manufacturing at CAML. The labs at our old building on Lamp Drive were nothing to look down on, but they simply don't compare to what we have now at Fitts-Woolard Hall. The enormous processes lab we have now was formerly split into 3 separate areas: CAML, the ISE department, and automation. This was due to a lack of space in a rather interesting building layout for anyone familiar with Lamp Drive. With our new space, collaboration between the department and CAML is much easier, and the use of the automation lab has greatly increased. The larger space has provided room for new machines, such as 2 new Haas VF2s, CNC lathes, and more polymer 3D printers, as well as individual clean rooms for our metal 3D printers. Our new space has also promoted research partnerships between industrial and civil construction and environmental engineering. Our move to a new state-of-the-art building has given new life to ISE. Fitts-Woolard Hall embodies the cutting-edge technology and resources used to teach our students and provide them with a strong educational background. Bringing new attention to the department will encourage outside companies to work with ISE in research as well as on senior design projects. The location of the building promotes awareness of the ISE department among engineering students as well. Such a sleek new building is pretty hard to miss compared to the red brick of engineering buildings 1, 2, and 3. The new classrooms, technology, and collaboration spaces will entice prospective students and faculty, bringing ISE and CCEE to the forefront of the engineering concentrations. Fitts-Woolard Hall has brought greater attention to NC State engineering in the recent years, and the expansion of the Engineering Oval reinforces the strength of NC State as one of the best engineering schools in the country. Go Pack. Bringing ISE and CCEE to the Oval will encourage combined research not only between the 2 departments, but also among all NCSU engineering. Fitts-Woolard Hall pushes our College of Engineering a step or more above anybody else. I am so eager to see and be a part of the new research coming out of this building and this university. In closing, I would like to thank a few people. First, the wonderful donors who made Fitts-Woolard Hall possible. Next, the faculty and staff who make this department run. And last, the cleaning and maintenance crews who keep this building looking and working its best. Without all of you, we wouldn't have a beautiful new home to brag about. Fitts-Woolard Hall is the catalyst that will launch our departments into a phase of exponential growth. This building will be home to the greatest minds, experiments, and relationships NC State Engineering has seen, and we couldn't be more grateful. Thank you. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Ed Fitz. Ed is a 1961 NC State Industrial Engineering alumnus and is the former president and CEO of DePaco, that's the pronunciation there, DePaco Incorporated, a company he founded in 1979. He and his wife, Deb's support of the university includes scholarships, fellowships, and a gift that named the Edward P. Fitz Department of Industrial and Systems Engineering the first endowed academic department in the history of the University of North Carolina systems. They are also spearheading an effort to revitalize Ed's hometown of Littleton, North Carolina. Please join me in welcoming Edward Fitz.
Thank you. Let's see if I can find my page here. It's great to see all of you today. We sure do appreciate you being here, especially knowing it's a Friday afternoon. And NC State used to be a go home on the weekend college. I think most people are staying here for these events and today, which is great. This is truly an amazing day for NC State, the people of North Carolina, our country, and for Ed and Peggy Willard, and of course for Deb and me personally. You know, this building has been on my thinking due list for over 15 years now. And I cannot tell you how honored I am to be here today to finally speak with you on my behalf and that of Ed Willard. Ed would love nothing better than to be here with us today. I'm sorry he couldn't. I'm sure you've all heard over and over again the significance of this project and how funding was raised to construct this building. And for whom? For you, the students. While it is a home of civil, construction, environmental, and industrial and systems engineering, this building signifies the state-of-the-art passion that is synonymous with NC State. And certainly I join Chancellor Woodson in thanking all of you who were so generous in your support to ensure this building finally became a reality. But for the next 3 or 4 minutes, I would like to focus my attention personally to the students. My efforts to support this building began years ago in 2004, when I really reconnected with the university. I had reached a point in my career where I wanted to help others. And when I say that, I wanted to help other students like me with an education from NC State, to learn the skills to be successful in their careers, and at some point be in a position to give back. You know, I think it's innate in humans to want to help others be successful. The goal is knowing when you are comfortable enough in your own career to know that you can give back. It started for me quite simply by creating some engineering scholarships. You, students, through this endeavor, motivated me to know more about what you were learning and accomplishing through these scholarships. Becoming more involved with the Department of Industrial and Systems Engineering and connecting with the efforts of Dean Louis, I became more interested in helping him and helping you in your path to success. This connected me with Ed Willard, who was already a staunch supporter of the PAC. You know, Ed is a true Renaissance man. He has that incredible talent of seeing great opportunities. But better yet, the ability to negotiate through the bureaucracy to bring those dreams to reality. He is a true think and do success story. We both knew we needed this building for you. You are our future and our legacy. As a Wolfpack family, it is our duty all of us, to help forge the way and eliminate barriers to your success. And this building is a major milestone in that regard. You know, I've always contributed a lot of my success to NC State, where I learned a lot about life and business here at this school. It wasn't just about the academics, it was about the experience, the people, how to research, how to solve problems, how to get along with others, how to cheer the football game, and how to take pride in your school. You know, I never thought too much about being financially successful. I grew up in a very small town in North Carolina. There was no foundation under my building, my home. We had 2 space heaters for the wintertime, no air conditioning, and our family income was about $50 a month. Now, I'm sure you will say, well, that was a long time ago and things were a lot cheaper, and that is true. Well, let me tell you, that's equivalent to earning about $487 a month. Both Ed Willard and I, we were poor. But the best part about it, we didn't know it. You know, I'm only telling you this so that each of you know that you can think and do the incredible. And anything is possible. So as you look at the Wall of Fame and you read about the people who donated for this building, I want you to know that many of them had a start just as humble as mine. But they had a community and a family who believed in them, just as we all believe in you. And they worked their tails off, just as I know you will. Their success and contributions are a true testament to NC State. And with this wonderful building, you will have every opportunity to follow in their footsteps. Ed and Peggy, Deb and I are truly honored to be able to share this day with all of you. But we'd like to leave you with this one thought. We don't do what we do for ourselves. We do it for you. Go Pack.
What else can you say, right? What else can you say? You know, when I sit on the platform party at commencement, one of the things that I always notice is the students that we have and the applause that comes. One student may come across and 10 people stand up and applaud. Ed, what you shared with us about your background, your upbringing, I think that's part and parcel of what NC State is all about, and it still exists today. The Chancellor can help me with this, but I think still a very significant part of our student body, first generation students. Oftentimes the phrase is used, NC State is a university of the people. Well, what are the people? What is that? What that really is a way to provide pathway and opportunity for those who grow up in who knows what kind of circumstances, provide accessibility, and have that turn into something that becomes something that drives your life forward, but with the mission and the vision of giving back. And Ed Fitz is just the prime example of that. What we have here is a building. It has the words entitled Fitts-Woolard, but it's an inspiration. Ed, what you have done and you and Ed Willard have done inspires us all, inspires us all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being that kind of person and for showing our students that this is exactly what this university is all about. Thank you very much. Another round of applause for Mr. Ed Fitz. Now, before I close this out, a little moment of personal privilege here, because it's been a long journey since 2008, and there's many, many people here in the audience that have been part of this, but there are a few here that I'd like to point out. First of all, when we talk about the paradigm of private philanthropy, let's understand that that was not even on the radar screen back in 2008. The level of skepticism associated with that was extremely high. In fact, even my own development team said, you gotta be crazy, okay? But some of those folks are here. I want to start by mentioning Ben Hughes, if Ben Hughes is here somewhere. Ben is here, and we talk about Brian Campbell. Is Brian Campbell here? And Martin Bauckham, is Martin here? And Laura Bremer, I know, is not here. And then Griffin. I'm talking about the leadership of our development team in the college. And I want to thank Brian. Brian Sisko's here, and the university advancement team that really just came and leveraged that even more. This would have been a challenge under any circumstance, but the fact that you're breaking ground with something like this, literally, is what makes it very challenging. But you don't do things because they're easy, right? You do them because they're hard. And hopefully that shows others that this is a way forward. I mentioned earlier the fact that we had so many of our own alums that were involved in the construction of this facility. The Chancellor mentioned Doug Morton, and I also know that we had people like Cameron Smith and Lori Johnson and the architects group. This was a big challenge, folks. We had Engineering Building 1 over there. We had the Hunt Library, which was by far state-of-the-art, forward-thinking in terms of architecture. What are you going to put in the middle of this? Right? Well, I think you can see what they accomplished. It's really a wonderful transition between the architecture of the buildings that are here on the Oval and the forward-looking architecture of the Hunt Library. And I think you'll see that as you go through the building itself. It was wonderful to see that evolve. There's so many others, all of the team, my administrative team in the college, the members of the foundation board, the conversations back in 2008. How are we gonna make this happen now? Kevin Howell, the legislative folks. I mean, I could just keep going on, because you talk about a team effort over many years, this is it. This is really it. So to say thank you is almost an understatement. I think we just can't say enough how we appreciate what everybody here is today and what you've all done. And again, back to Ed Fitz and Ed Woolard for being the ones that understood that we needed something to catalyze this and make it happen. So congratulations. Thank you all for being here. And now I guess this is the moment we've been waiting for, the dedication of the building. Now, I hope that those of you who haven't had a chance will take tours at 2 p.m. And I invite you for dessert later, but what am I seeing here, okay? Am I seeing something? Well, there's technology in this building, and thanks to the kind of technology that our students and faculty are now enjoying in our data-intensive manufacturing lab, we're happy to recognize Ed Fitz and Ed Woolard's contributions in a unique way. You never know what these engineers are up to, right? Okay, well, thank you all again. We really appreciate you being here. We hope you enjoyed the day. The tours are going to be there. The building is wide open. Please come back often. And, you know, as the Chancellor mentioned earlier today, we're moving along very well. We still have a lot to do. The reality is nobody's standing still, but neither are we. And that's something we're very proud of. Thanks again to everybody in the legislature, Mr. Berger and Dean Arp, and for all of your support. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.